In this video, I'm going to cover sump maintenance on a RedSea Reefer 350. Hey everyone, Carlin Haywood here with Rasta Reefs. I'm going to walk you through step by step what I did for this sump maintenance project for one of my customers. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of overgrowth on there with some vermitid snails. There's the detritus built up. Some of the sponges are pretty clogged up. And as you can kind of see, so what I'm going to do is just basically remove all the equipment out of there. So I removed the skimmer, drained that out. Then I'm now working on removing the return pump and then taking that out. Working on some of the wiring here to make sure that I can get everything snaked out. So now removing the tubing out of the return pump. And then as I start getting ready to drain the sump, what I wanted to do was just take out the biomedia so that way it can stay nice and fresh. And then I just add some tank water to it inside the bucket while it sits. So now looking at a top-down view of the sump, you can kind of see how things were kind of starting to collect. There's a lot of detritus out there. You can kind of see the vermitid snails right now on the sides of the sump. Just really gunked up. So gonna work on basically draining this entire sump. So what I use is like a wet vac to kind of like suction that out. You can't really use a one of those like gravity drains because it's so low, and then you don't really get enough of the really suction force with it. So that's why I like to use a powered vacuum for that. So now I'm just going through scraping off all the salt creep that goes around the system and just wiping it down with a wet rag. But just basically cleaning up the system overall. So here it is, all cleaned out, all suctioned out, and now it's getting ready to just basically reinstall the equipment. And so before I could do that, I wanted to basically break down the return pump. You can kind of see there's some growth on that as well too. So just going to break that down, scrape it down, break it open, use a toothbrush to kind of like clean out the impeller to make sure all the gunk is off of it. And then once that's completed, then I can start reassembling it and then reinstalling it back into the sump. But it's a great idea to always break down these every so often because you really can prolong the life of your equipment if you're able to really do some preventative maintenance on it. So as I move and finish up the return pump, then I'm going to move over to the skimmer and then work on cleaning that. So the skimmer has a CJ 1.5 Synchro pump in there. So took that out. Then I began to scrub down the skimmer, clean off all the vermitid snails off of there. And then once that was done, then I would move into the CJ pump. And similar to that, to the big return pump, I basically broke that down, brushed it down completely to make sure that I got all the gunk out of it as well. So now everything has been cleaned and it's time to reassemble.